Hello, people. This is just kind of a response for a post I put up yesterday, talking about the massive changes that are coming in my life. Mostly those that I'm sort of taking control over and doing myself. I didn't want it to appear as dramatic as it sounded, and looking at it myself now, I can see sort of it does. Well, there are some dramatic moments in it. It's true that my illness of a couple of years ago has taken a long time to recover from. It is true that I still suffer some bouts of depression. In the meantime, helping a lot of other people, to get over theirs, and create their own paths, especially in business and mindset. Those are things that I'm very good at helping other people with, and sometimes not so good at doing myself. I think that sort of kind of covers all of us really to a certain degree. But these changes are somewhat forced on me as well, because not only did I have PayPal closing my account twice, and that's happened the year before as well, through having to investigate money laundering, because I live in Spain and suddenly there was not huge amounts of money coming, but enough to trigger the responses. So that put me on the back foot for a while, but I came back with having 2 accounts so that I could sort of kind of bypass that a little bit. Then I've had this my bank fraudulently hacked, and I still haven't got all of that back. And then I discovered charges that were in my account that shouldn't have been, and that was an ongoing battle. Then I had my bank account completely frozen in the space of actually being in the bank, sorting everything out in a positive way, being quite happy, and then getting home to find that my card didn't work because they'd frozen my account now as the investigation was going on. This is just ongoing. I could go on and on and on about this, and I won't because it'll bore the pants off you, but I may write it as a blog post one day. But you couldn't invent this stuff. It's absolutely bizarre. And I'm with a bank called Deutsche Bank, who were very good to start with. But I'm beginning to realize that you kind of need to duplicate your life a little bit, so you've got 2 of everything, and then if something goes wrong, maybe you've got something to fall back on. Because what happened is, because of my illness, my finances had gone down, and I wasn't in that great place anymore, where I had sort of like cushion of money and things. And once the bank had shut that down from me and I couldn't get anything, I was suddenly in a position where I didn't have any seed money. And things just fell apart, then throw some bits of depression in and just general tiredness and anxiety and, minor illnesses like the Bell's palsy creeping back in there through stress and abscess in the face. And, you just throw it all in there together and life becomes, pretty shitty, to be honest. I'm a fighting type person. I never give in, and I hope that I never will. And it's not the end of the world, I know how to make money, I know how to create money online, but I've had to change my focus. I enjoy coaching. I do enjoy mentoring people. And I can't say that I'll never do that again. And I've got coaching programs that are up for sale now, and I'm not going to refuse people coming into them. I am doubling my prices. I meant to do it last week. That's something I'm going to do, so I take less people on, but, it becomes worth my while, because a lot of my coaching or mentoring programs, which are really consultancy programs, really, have been done at a lower price than they're worth, and I think that at the end of the day, you end up working quite long hours, but for very little reward. And it's time now I have to think about that side of it. I do like helping people. I've always given a lot of time. A lot of you know me. I give a lot of time for free, and I help people wherever I can. It's always been my way. I can't pretend that I'm never going to, I can't suddenly switch characters and be someone different, but I have got to sort of narrow that down now. I really have to. And I've got to think of myself. I've got to think of my own health, and I've got to think of my finances. So I'm changing tact. And even if these things hadn't happened, I would have been moving away from lower end coaching and only doing the higher stuff anyway. I am going to keep my Facebook groups that I've got membership sites running, and they're running, and there's a Facebook group attached to it. that I'm going to keep those going. I am going to sell the Newbie Launchpad, which is something I took a lot of pride in, and I'm moving away from that niche, so that's up for sale now. There can be offers on that. If it doesn't sell, then I'll just leave it open, but no longer sort of be part of it really. It will just fold itself. It's a shame. There's 1,533 members in there, and it's a great little. There's lots of ways to earn money from it. But give me a chat if you want to talk about that. Give me a call, I should say. What else? Well, there are some. When I say moving, people think IM means make money. It's not. IM means internet marketing. So internet marketing literally means taking a product or a service and marketing it online. So I'm not moving away from IM, but I am moving away from the niche that I operated in, which is the make money niche. All I see these days, to be quite honest with you, is the same regurgitated rubbish going round and round and round. Or even if it's not rubbish, it's just a remake of the same thing. If I were to go and create something now, it would probably be something on list building and all the rest of it. And it's all been done. And I'm not saying you can't repackage things and make a good product, because there are good products out there. But if you go to somewhere like the Warrior Forum, you see this cesspit, this whirlpool swirling the same crap round and round. And often for very little money. I really want to move away from that and look at higher end stuff, and so I am leaving the make money niche almost, because I say almost because sometimes I will create services, or I will certainly be creating PLR packs and selling them as done for businesses. So I'll put one of them out every 2 or 3 months. So I'll be keeping my foot in the door that way. But and as I promise, anybody who's in any of my groups, bar the Newbie Launchpad, which is free, but any of my paid memberships that have groups attached to them, then they will still remain and keep going, and I will still promote those. So that I still will be involved on that, because those groups, people get coaching. So I'll still be creating videos for them similar to this, but dealing with specific subjects. So that's not going to disappear. But my focus is going to be moving on to a brand that I created some while ago called Simply Meat Free, which is not targeting vegetarians or vegans. It's targeting a group of people like myself who don't eat a lot of meat anymore. And so there are people out there that would like to cut back off meat. Maybe not give it up completely, but they want to cut back to have a healthier lifestyle, or maybe they don't like animal cruelty, so they're moving into the vegetarian world. Or maybe they just don't like all the chemicals that gets thrown into meat and they think it's very unhealthy, so they're trying to look for a more healthier lifestyle. Those things, that niche, that arena is where I'm aiming with Simply Meat Free, and it's a brand that I'm going to produce and work with my sister at some point probably, and we're going to expand that out and offer a membership site where we write weekly meat-free programs for people, so that they can actually say, I'm going to have like 2 weeks of this month having a meat-free diet, and here's my plan, and they can mix and match and do what they want with it. But so we'll go along those lines, and the site itself, which is already up but hasn't any content yet, will be giving healthy recipes and tips, and maybe exploring why people want to eat less meat or don't want to eat any meat. I'm not a vegetarian myself, but I eat sort of next to no meat as my choice, that I don't want to eat stuff that's factory farmed, so that just immediately cuts out all the processed stuff. And I'm not saying if you invited me around to a barbecue that I wouldn't have a burger, I mean, I'm not labelled, but I'm just cutting back all the time. And, so that's something I'm really interested in doing. The PLR packs, which will be complete websites and businesses in a box with everything anyone needs, will be my foot still in the sort of kind of make money niche, but I'll be offering complete businesses to people. Coaching will only be down to my higher end stuff, probably. I'll sort of feed off, maybe launched once a year, or a more higher product, consultancy type product or something come out of that. At the moment, everything's up there still for sale. So, and I'm also looking at going back to the UK for a period of time. So it'll be sort of on and off, me living in Spain and the UK. I'm not going to give away too much on that one, but it's jobs that I've been trained in, and I'm looking to kind of rebuild some. Back to the giving world a little bit, just to satisfy the fact that I'm happy to live in a world where we kind of give. And that's the most I can say about that at the moment. But it's a lot of stuff that I've been trained in the past, and I'm looking at several different avenues, and I've applied for actually jobs. But I don't want that to be forever. I just need it to be something that will be something that just sort of kind of feeds me a little bit, and then mentally, and also gives me some options about being partly in the UK, so that I can selfishly look after my diabetic problem a little bit better than I have done in Spain, because I'm not on the system here. And quite frankly, I just couldn't afford all the things to get myself on the system once my cash flow had gone. And so it's about sorting all that side of my life out, at the same time getting the reward of, helping people, and also seeding me some extra cash again, so that I can pay my bills without worrying about anything. If something like happens in the bank, because I'll be opening another bank account over there, I'm doubling my life up a little bit. So if something goes wrong in one area, I've got it covered in another. And then I'll have seed money again to start pumping into the advertising, and Simply Meat Free, and any other brand that I may consider starting up will then have the traffic being driven to it by paid traffic, which I know all about, of course, and you will see the list build from that very quickly. And so, that's kind of where it is at the moment. Just trying to stabilize my life. No one's going to come along and give it to you in life. You've got to sometimes get out of the comfort zone and change things. And things weren't going well for me where I was. It did do once. It was doing very well, and then suddenly it was starting to slide from me. I'm finding myself getting in more and more pressure. So only one person can change that, and that's what I'm doing. I'm taking hold of it now. So that's what that post was about, and that's kind of like an update with me just chatting to you about it. Thank you for listening, and I'll chat to you all soon, I'm sure.